Good evening. Today is Sunday, November 17th, 2024, and this is the weekly Bitcoin price forecast. Looking at where Bitcoin went in the last week and where it could potentially go in the future. So getting a little bit later start today. Had a pretty jam-packed weekend. I went to Afrotech actually in Houston, Texas, and the thing that was kind of interesting, there wasn't really a mention of a blockchain at all. Fantastic conference overall. I met a lot of cool people, but it's just really interesting that people just haven't caught on yet. Like we're just really early. We're really early at this point. I think we have a long way to go, but it's going to happen pretty quick. I think we're getting to the point where things will start to move very quickly. So let's get into the chart here. This is the monthly chart. So you have for 1 month, it's the month of November, it's just gone vertical. Like it has gone absolutely vertical. So you see, I've been talking about this range and this bull flag forever. I mean, we're so thoroughly broken out at this point. Like they were kind of retests and whatnot. Those already happened. The retest happened. Now it's just the continuation of the move. So yeah, guys, we're really here at this point. Weekly chart. So we've had like 4 great weeks in a row, 2 weeks. In the start of another week right here. So this week closed at, what did that close at? 90,000. Well, 89,886 is what it closed at. Yeah, guys, it's broken. I really actually don't have that much to say at this point. It's just like you gotta get in where you fit in at this point. It's just gonna keep going up. Like there's a whole bunch of technical analysis is cool and whatnot, but in situations like this, it's good to use technical analysis here to where it's like you're ranging and you're trying to actually um, you're ranging. And some people, I know people who have made money just kind of in this ranging motion. I don't too much like to trade. The ranging motion, like especially with Bitcoin. Like there are other instruments where I'm fine trading within a range, but the really thing that you're after with Bitcoin is like this pump motion, right? That's where the money is made. So this next, again, 6 to 9 months is going to be very interesting for Bitcoin. It's going to be very interesting for crypto overall. But you see, it's up, and let's look at kind of some of the historical stuff that we had here. So I mean, there was kind of this. The market moves in channels. It moves in channels, and they bounce around. The price bounces around between the channels until it breaks out. Then you start forming new channels. Like you see, I have 3 on the board right here, and 4 too. But like that was zoomed into a new time frame. But you could just keep doing this over and over and over and drawing these channels. That kind of shows you where the market is. So really, all we did we formed this new channel right here, and then we came up, and then we hit the top of that channel, and then then we meandered down for months and months and months. This was 8 months, by the way. This was like 8 months, so this is a long time. If you're still around at this point, shout out to you for real, because it is it was an onslaught for about 8 months, but we made it. Hey, we made it past all that. Things are getting better. I've never been this bullish in my life. I have never been this bullish in my life. But what was I talking about? We were talking about the channel. So really, it kind of came outside the channel a little bit, and now it's back in the channel. I was talking about it, and pretty soon it'll hit the top of this. Once you get to 100K, I think it will reject a little bit. There will be a lot of people taking profit at 100K because they don't think that it can go higher. I'm here to tell you, it can go higher. Again, my projection, my original projection was 250,000 by the end of 2025. I think that was conservative. It can go all the way up, I think, to it'll go over 450,000. I believe so. And I'll explain that. Maybe I'll explain that next week. We'll do a deep dive into the stock to flow model, or maybe I'll make it a separate video on that. But we'll see. Anyway, all you need to know at this point is we've gotten back into this channel. I think there will be a rejection up here at 100K. That makes sense. That doesn't concern me at all. A lot of people, they'll see that move down. They'll be like, oh, it's over. It's going to go back down. Then it's just going to end up going right back up. It's going to keep going. It's not going to slow down. So you would think maybe, okay, we're going to kind of continue this trend here. We're not. We're just going to blow through that, and it's going to end up continuing going vertical. So we're not going to go all the way over here into May and June and July and still being, under 126. That's just not going to happen. It's just going to blow through this channel, and it's going to, no, I think that's it. What do I have down here? I was talking about the parabolas too. So this is a trend line, one that I drew. So you have your trend line here, and the curve is getting steeper. So you have this one line here. So that's one curve. And then it gets a little bit steeper. And then it gets a little bit, steeper. It may pull back there. I don't even think it'll pull back to there. Like 75 something. I think that's cooked. I think the new low is somewhere around 87. It's looking like for the last several days. So there's a huge wall of demand right here. A lot of liquidity that could be grabbed here potentially. I don't know how it's going to work, but I think we're in for a supply shock. We're really in for a supply shock, and you see it's been kind of some of the days of the weekend too. But yeah, we're in a pretty tight range here. I think that's all I'll talk about on the market side. I don't really have too much else to say except it's just going to blow up. But I believe that we'll be over 100,000 before the end of next week. Because at this point, I'm not joking. There is nothing holding crypto back. And nothing is holding it back at this point. I think we're going to hit global adoption pretty soon. So, I mean, if you've watched any of my videos, like you know that I'm pretty objective. I try to be objective when I'm looking at this. I'm not some hype boy, but this is the time where it's like, hey, if maybe you didn't pay attention before during the bear market, that's cool. I understand that, but I think you need to start paying attention now. You need to start paying attention. So, cool. Let's talk about some of the other stuff. Forex Factory, we like to check the news and whatnot. There's really not that much here. Unemployment claims, flash manufacturing, FOMC minutes. That'll be the day before Thanksgiving because this is all Thanksgiving right here and Black Friday weekend. But yeah, nothing to talk about in the news. Gary Gensler, the current SEC chairperson and who has been, I want to say for the last 4 years at least. He's not doing too hot. I think he's about to lose his position. He's about to resign. Trump has won at this point. He did say from day one at the Bitcoin convention, actually last, whenever that was, I think it was in July, he said that he was going to fire Gary Gensler on day one. So his days are numbered at this point. This man has done such immense harm to the crypto industry and just the broader stock market in general that I think that people are going to be surprised when they see how much the market lifts up when he's not around. And whatnot, but I think we're going to see some major motion. People are just going to be, just off the news and hype of this alone, people are going to be interested and excited. So, let's see, what else I got? So yeah, just look at some of these headlines. Like, Gary Gensler says he was proud to serve as SEC chair and defend his approach. Cool. I mean, I'm glad you're proud, but we don't care. 18 states are suing the SEC and Gensler for regulatory overreach on crypto. So they've had their hands in the pot too much and they need to get it out. Coinbase chief urges Donald Trump to fire the head of the SEC. SEC Gensler reported to step down after Thanksgiving. Yeah, we're going to the moon, y'all. We are going to the moon. We actually made a video about that too. So if you want to watch, we had a conversation with a couple of the founding members of Pulse on Crypto, Orlando and Chris. So we did this, we called it Ding Dong, the Witch is Dead. The war on crypto is over. So we made that video. I would definitely recommend watching that. It's going to explain why we're so bullish. But that's good. That's good. The only other thing that we'll look at today is the spot Bitcoin ETF flow. So I actually used to look at these quite a bit, but then it just started getting really quiet. Like nobody was buying the ETF. So we see that like all in this range, like there wasn't really much to talk about. This was after the release of the ETF, and you see it's a little different now. Nobody's selling anymore. Nobody is selling anymore. This is all Grayscale. Grayscale emptied their bag pretty much, and I think they still have some Bitcoin, but they sold quite a bit pretty early on in the run too. Yeah, so you can see like there's been this kind of down ramp, and then it's ramped back up again. We're kind of average. I wish they had a moving average. That would be nice. I'm sure someone has a moving average somewhere, but the average on the ETFs it's increasing. It's increasing every single day. So we're averaging at probably somewhere between 500 million and a billion. And consistently, you can see we're getting consistent over 1 billion days. So this is cool. No, this is very cool. I think we're seeing this wave come back. It's only going to get stronger also. I think that's really all I have to talk about today. The moral of the story is it's going up. It's absolutely going up. And yeah, no, that's pretty much it. So we'll take off there. Again, this has been Chris Talks Crypto. Check out a crypto-based resources on christalkscrypto.com. And we actually just released a course. Well, we released our course. The Pulse on Crypto course is the Escape Velocity Bootcamp. So this is a course that allows you to quickly on-ramp onto crypto. It teaches you the ins and outs. Something we're very proud of for sure. And we want to make sure that you guys get your hands on this information. So you're not going to find too many other courses out there like this. I know maybe one or two others that I trust, that I would trust to have it. But I think we did a really good job of breaking stuff down and taking complex topics and making it so that people can understand it. And that's the goal. It's the goal to have people understand crypto and to get on board. So the time is really now. The time is now, and we want to make sure that everyone has access to that info. So it's going to be 50% off through Black Friday. I'm sorry, through Cyber Monday. So you got a couple weeks there to get it at a good discount. 50% off. That's not bad. We're going to start Black Friday early. But yeah, other than that, I'll see you on the moon. Take care. Bye bye.